commodities on the outside of the first teamers that you got right now?
Yeah, I think we're making progress there too, but it's a constant competition. That's how you want it to be at all times. And like Coach Arnett said, if you're at number 2, you're at number 2 for a reason. And so it's your job to maximize your role, but try to improve on that role and up that role for you. So behind Tyrus, we have a couple different guys that have stepped in and worked at that position. And I fully expect them to continue to improve as we go along and they get more reps.
Is there anyone specifically that stood out to you as an emerging player? I know we've kind of heard that term a lot lately.
We'll see after Saturday. I think it's a lot better after Saturday. I mean, I don't want to make light of it, but practice, obviously, you need to do a great job. And yeah, there's guys that practice well, but until you truly go out there in front of a crowd and see how they react on game day, and the team's tempo and it might be a little hot, whatever, any excuse you want to make, okay, can they eliminate that excuse and can they go out there and get the job done? And so I think after Saturday, we'll know that.
I apologize if I'm repeating things here. Just show that.
No, that's okay.
What does Woody kind of bring to the return game, and kind of what role do you kind of envision for maybe him back there?
That consistency. I mean, he's just a guy you can count on. Woody's just a guy you can count on in everything. Whether it's your return game, whether it be on a punt team or on a kickoff team. I mean, Woody's a guy that he's going to do everything he can to help the team win. Offense, special teams, and anything in between.
How do you feel just about the depth overall, like the amount of returns that you have kind of at your disposal, and kind of maybe pick and choose who you want to take responsibilities?
Yeah, no, you do, and you want to make sure you do as close as you possibly can, but also making sure you acquire possession. And that's got to be number one, especially at punt returner. But we definitely have guys that have worked hard in the spring and then all summer and now throughout camp, and so I feel good with the depth there overall.
You may have answered this already, Coach, but how's that battle been at punter?
Yeah, it's been pretty tight, really. I met with them today. I mean, they're really neck and neck across the board. Now it comes down to who can come out and perform in a live situation. So they've both done a nice job for us, and Tucker obviously has the game experience here, but very, very excited about both of those guys and what they can bring.
When did Archer get here?
He got here this summer. So he got here this summer. He had to do a little work to make sure eligibility was on par with progress towards degree. He did a great job. He's a high work ethic guy. He comes from a military family, so he's a disciplined kid, and I'm very excited about having him at that position and what he can bring to the table.
How did they go about finding him?
Just summer, the workouts and the camps and the different things, and he was really kind of going all over the country. He came here for a camp and lit it up and did a great job, and we started recruiting the heck out of him, and luckily for us, he decided this is where he wanted to be.
You talked about Woody being, solid everywhere. A guy like LaDeatrick Griffin, I've seen him since high school. He just seems to have that knack to know where to hit on kickoff returns. What makes him special back there?
I think fearlessness. Obviously the explosiveness is number one, right? But a kickoff returner, you've got to have a little bit of fearlessness to you. You've got to be able to run through the smoke, and then you've got to have some patience to you too, because there's a timing factor that comes into kickoff return. Tulu has a pretty natural feel for that, of when to punch the gas and when to maybe, wait just a second to set up his blocks and then hit the seam. And so I'm very excited about having Tulu lead the charge there.
How big was it just to get Brandon Ruiz back in this program this year for another season and to add him back into the mix? Yeah,
that was a great day this summer I guess it was this winter, right? He over the phone, he said, "Hey, I'm going to come back." That was a relief. I mean, the guy, his play speaks for himself. You don't have to talk about Brandon too much. It's what he does is what's impressive. He's a guy that comes out on a daily basis. He works, and understands his craft, improves on his craft, and just really excited to see what he does this year.